Taking care of my horses, mate, is very important to me, as it is you. Well, mate, on today's show, I'm going to be taking you to Conrad, Iowa, to Ritchie Industries. They make the very best automatic waterers in the world. Come with me, mate. Hey, Leon, how are you, mate?
Clinton, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Well, you've been inviting me up here for years, and I've finally taken the time to do it. What do you got to show me here today, mate?
Well, we're building the Echo 1 today, and I would love to show you how we build it, so let's go.
Okay, mate, let's go see it. So, Leon, I've been using your products now for about 10 years, and I gotta say, I'm excited to get up here and see exactly how Ritchie products are made. They do a phenomenal job for me and my horses, my customers. You're gonna show me around the factory?
Well, we're gonna not only show you around the factory, but we're gonna show you start to finish how we build one of our best equine units. So have you actually help us build it from start to finish.
I know. Okay, what's step one, mate?
Step one is mixing the resin.
Resin that we buy, it's graded on fineness. In order to flow through the mold, it has to meet the quality standards.
What have we got going on here, Leon?
Our resin comes in bulk. It's a powder when it comes in.
Right.
And it is just white. What we're going to do right now is we're going to mix color with it,
okay,
so that we can make a yellow unit.
And of course, yellow and red are the Ritchie kind of colors.
Yellow and red are our basic colors. We also make green. We make our black thermal tubes, but then we also make custom colors for other people.
Whether we were making it yellow or red or green or black or pink or whatever, we have to mix that color.
And then, see, she's got that yellow pigment weighed out, and that little dab of pigment's all she needs for 150 pounds of resin.
Not much, is it?
No. Just like watching Mom bake a cake.
So that just spins it around, mixes it up?
The people that are mixing know exactly how much to put in so that there is no variation in the color of our units.
Now that we mix the resin, now we'll go mold apart.
Right, let's do that.
The engineers tell us how much resin goes in each mold. They weigh the resin out. They put exactly the right amount of resin in there. And then as it goes in the oven, it melts. And through the process of the two axes turning, that liquid covers absolutely every part of that mold. Then when it goes into the cool-off station, it solidifies.
Leslie's gonna show us how to unmold,
right,
and then remold our Echo 1.
Okay.
So that next time around you can do it.
Righto. Show me the way, Leslie.
when Clinton got up onto the platform and actually watched the molding process. I think that initially he was going to ask to do one himself, but after watching Leslie do it, he realized that there was a whole lot more to taking the mold apart, getting the part out, and putting the mold back together than he was going to learn in 5 minutes. So he was content just to watch her do it.
We build all our own molds.
Okay.
When we were having our molds made outside, which most people do, then if you have grief, you have to take it down and send it away, and it might be weeks before you get it back. If we have trouble, we can usually fix it today and get it right back up. So, there's your Echo 1 base.
Okay.
So, because of the mold, you end up with a completely hollow part.
Right.
And then that's what we're going to fill with insulation. So all that's left to do to this part is trim the flash off of it.
Okay.
And now
The flash is where the two parting lines come together. And we still take a tool and clean all that flash off because we don't want any sharp edges. Not that it would hurt an animal, but it just looks better. It looks more finished to have that all cleaned off, trimmed off, polished.
Removing the flashing looked pretty easy, so I thought I'd give it a try.
We believe that trimming is important because it just gives it a finished look.
Right, where else do I clean? I think this is broken. It's broken.
Operator.
Show me. Obviously a bit of a touch to it.
well,
You were too gentle.
see, I can't make that stick of yours work either.
I think Leon meant my stick and string.
Good job. I'll get the next 100.
It's really not necessary for the functionality of the unit, but we think it looks better and feels better. The customer feels like they're getting something that you cared about.
Okay, now, Clinton, we're going to go to the steel shop, and we're going to make a trough for this unit we just built.
Right, let's get going.
Can you help me? I'm looking for the best product for wounds and skin irritations.
Sure can. Hey, Jenny, toss me a bottle of Vetricin. Vetricin is non-toxic, and it's a great solution for all animals.
Perfect. Thank you.
We're looking for great testimonials, so tell us your Vetricin story on Facebook.
World-renowned horseman Clinton Anderson is famous for his easy-to-understand method that gets results immediately with any horse. Now you can get the ultimate tutorial of his method in a complete kit. Introducing Downunder Horsemanship's Fundamental Series. Clinton Anderson's signature method is packed with more practical training tools than any on the market today. He details his 8 steps to success, a dynamic and progressive format that makes even the most advanced maneuvers easy to understand and apply. The Clinton Anderson Fundamental Series kit includes 14 instructional DVDs with over 28 hours of brand new footage. Ground penning, groundwork, and riding topics are explored in greater depth and with more useful techniques than ever before. 15 arena mates containing step-by-step illustrations of the DVD lessons in handy pocket-sized booklets you can take to the barn and arena. Plus, you'll get Clinton's beautiful, perfect-bound philosophy book containing over 100 pages of insight and explanation of his method. This complete guide to the fundamentals of Clinton's training method comes packaged in a handy carrying case. Altogether, that's over $800 worth of training innovation, inspiration, and instruction. Now you can get the most in-depth horse training tutorial tutorial available for only $5.99. And if you're a No Worries Club member, the kit is yours for only $3.99. That's over $400 in savings. So act now. Restart your training program with all the latest tools for success with the Clinton Anderson Fundamental Series. To order, call or click 1-888-AUSSIE-2 or www.downunderhorsemanship.com.
When a quality spreader is what you need, ABI is where you need to go. With industry-leading warranties and ABI's tradition of innovation, our spreaders are designed to last. With an all-welded 12-gauge core 10 steel frame and a 5-step rust-resistant design, our spreaders can handle years of abuse. Shredding before spreading is our message because an eco-balanced pasture is important to the environment and your horses. So, if you're tired of replacing or fixing your old spreader every year, visit ABI Equine and move up to the next level in quality spreaders.
The first part of every trough is to punch the drain hole or any other holes that have to be in it.
So, Leon, what's going on here, mate?
We are making the troughs for the Echo 1.
Right.
We have to put the drain hole in here. The standpipe sits in the drain hole. It has to be in exactly the same place.
Okay.
And this extrusion actually allows the drain plug to seal.
That was a relatively simple one because there was just one drain hole. So Clinton got a pretty easy one to work with.
Okay, Clinton, would you like to try to make one of these yourself?
I'd love to.
Here's that.
Righto, I gotta get some gloves here.
On. We don't want to cut you.
So I pick this up, get rid of the paper.
Get rid of the paper, set it in there, pull it back to the stops. Push it to the right-hand stop.
Right. Okay.
And then press both
Those
buttons.
two buttons.
Yep. That's
legendary. I was born for manufacturing. Born for manufacturing, fellas. Is that extra dent supposed to be there?
The next step after punching the drain hole was to go over to the brake press.
You made the blank over in the other machine. Now what Ken has to do is he has to bend it up so that we can actually make a trough out of it. So this is what we call a brake press. So he's actually bending this unit so that it can have the ends welded in it, and then it'll be a finished trough.
That's a little touchier than just punching it, because as the brake press comes down, it wants to jerk that piece out of your hand.
These two straps right there.
Just like that?
Yep, they've got a foot pedal down here.
Push it up against it?
Yep, you kind of head up like that so don't go above the top. Hit your foot pedal, let it go back up. There you go.
When he stepped on the pedal, the part wanted to jump away from him. I think that kind of caught him by surprise.
Just like that.
Hold it.
There you go, there you go.
That's it? Righto, we're good to go.
From here, this trough will go to arc welding. We'll arc weld the two ends in it, which will make it watertight. That braking process, you looked about as good as I do with that Australian stock.
Yeah. Yes, I looked a little bit uncomfortable.
Anyway, we'll weld the ends in, then it'll be watertight and it'll be ready to go to assembly.
So why would somebody want to have a metal trough as opposed to plastic?
Well, a couple of reasons. One is the stainless steel is just incredibly easy to clean. You just pull the plug and brush it a little bit and it's clean. The plastic, you have to scrub a little harder in order to keep the algae and the dirt off of it. The second reason is that in the cold climates, we hook the heaters directly to the bottom of the trough. So you can have a much more efficient heating system with a metal trough than you can with plastic.
Right, mate, where's you next?
From here, we'd go to arc welding.
All right, let's get going.
Our arc welding department is where we make those troughs watertight.
Right.
It's really difficult to weld stainless watertight because of the nature of stainless steel. It's a difficult process in order to get it so that it can be watertight without warping it.
Light gauge stainless is very, very hard to weld. So it's hard for us to hire welders off the street to be able to weld that light stainless and make it watertight. So we actually train our welders here.
See how smooth and even that weld is?
Yeah.
Well, with stainless, the reason we don't use robots and we use welders is because with stainless, it moves the entire time that he's drawing that bead down there, and a robot would not be able to follow the stainless steel.
Okay.
So in order to get a watertight weld, we have to use humans because they just do a better job.
Yeah, much better job.
Our welders can weld all of our product. We don't have a group of welders that weld this and another group of welders that weld this. They all can go from job to job.
So Clinton, do you want to take your hand at arc welding?
No, mate, I'm going to give you back. I've already tried my hand at welding, and I've already embarrassed myself in front of millions of people, and I'm just going to quit while I'm down. Holy, I burnt a hole in it, Willie.
That red tag means it's been rejected.
Yeah. Okay, Leon, where to next, mate?
We're headed to spot weld now.
We use spot welding for anything that does not have to be watertight.
This is spot welding, and we spot weld things onto our troughs that
what
don't
kind of
have
things,
to be
mate?
watertight. Like our heater clips, our thermostat clips, drain clips. That's a J box there. It's been spot welded on it. We spot weld things that don't have to be watertight.
Okay. So it's just more efficient, or what? Why do you do this rather than the arc welding?
It's more efficient, and it also distorts the metal less. So anywhere we can get away with spot welding instead of arc welding, we do it.
We end up with a much more watertight unit without arc welding those pieces on.
Stay tuned, mate, because after the break, we're going to be showing you more innovation from Ritchie Industries.
Create the ultimate training conditions with the Clinton Anderson Signature Series from Balin Country. The round pen, built to Clinton's personal specifications. We start with automotive-grade high-tensile steel and then use a premium finish to give you years of safe use. The arch gate features a durable and safe piston latch with a permanently mounted striker plate for easy opening and closing. Get the Clinton Anderson Signature Series from Balin Country. There is no other like it.
Hey mate, would you like more personalised training information than what's on one of my TV shows? Would you like more tips from me? Or would you just like to talk to other horse lovers just like yourself? Well mate, I have the perfect answer. It's the No Worries Club. Take a look, mate.
The Clinton Anderson No Worries Club delivers infinite innovation, inspiration, and instruction, giving you unlimited access to the man and his method. The No Worries Club is Clinton's way of sharing his knowledge, experience, and new ideas with others who are dedicated to becoming the best horsemen they can be. As a member of the No Worries Club, you get specialized training delivered right to your door 24/7, plus a whole lot more. Each month, you will receive an information-packed club-exclusive DVD or a copy of the No Worries Club Journal containing 100 pages of innovation, inspiration, instruction, all valued at over $400. Up to 50% discount on clinic participation, a 50% discount on the purchase of any walkabout tour tickets, access to download Clinton Anderson's Downunder Horsemanship programs as aired on TV, plus up to 50% member discounts on tack and video products. But tools and tips are only a part of the benefit. Club members get to share news and ideas with Clinton and each other through forums and blogs. Plus, there are lots of members-only insights on new video releases and training product promotions.
When you add up all of these valuable benefits and discounts, the No Worries Club is such a great deal, it doesn't make sense not to join. So what are you waiting for, mate? Join today.
Club cost is $199.99 for an annual membership or 12 monthly payments of $19.99. Visit NoWorriesClub.com or call 888-287-7432.
The horse is one of nature's marvels, designed for speed, agility, and strength of heart, but not for the heavy weight of a rider, the jerk of a steer, the stress of repeated sharp turns, or big stops. For all those demands, the Legacy Sport Boot improves on what nature designed. The Legacy Fetlock Cradle System mimics the design of the ligament, adding strength to reinforce what nature designed. The classic equine Legacy Sport Boot, working with nature since 1994.
After all the metal work, Leon took me to lunch at a local restaurant, where we talked about Ritchie's history and their unique ownership.
So Leon, we're here in Conrad, Iowa, in a little country diner here. When did Ritchie move to Conrad, Iowa?
C.D. Wilson brought Ritchie to Conrad in 1943.
Why this town?
He had lived here for years and had a blacksmith shop here in town.
Right.
And he wanted a product that he could manufacture and sell to farmers. With making the automatic livestock waterers, he'd be able to have a product that would sell year-round.
How many people are in Conrad right now? What's the population?
Conrad has a population of about 900 people.
And how many people does Ritchie employ?
Ritchie employs 70 people. Probably 15 of those live in Conrad.
Now, Leon, Conrad's not a big booming town, not a lot of people here, okay, and you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. How do you find really good employees that you've got at Ritchie?
Well, the majority of our employees come from the surrounding communities, and we've been able to find some good quality employees looking for work.
And you've told me before that you do a lot of in-house training. A lot of your specialty jobs, you actually train your own people to do those.
Yes, we do. We find it's a lot easier to take someone that doesn't necessarily know the job and train them to do it our way, rather than take someone that already is an expert somewhere else and bring them in and untrain them and then train them to do it our way.
Leon, how long do your employees stay? Do you have a lot of people that have been with you for a lot of years?
We have a great retention rate at Ritchie. We have employees that have been there for 30, 35 years. We have one employee that's been there over 40 years.
Why do you think that's the case?
We have kind of a laid-back atmosphere. It's a fun place to work. We pay a good wage.
Yes.
We have incentives to encourage people to be productive, but it's a good place to work. It's clean.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I noticed in walking around the factory this morning. It's for a factory, it's pretty much spotless. I've been in a lot of factories in my career, and that one is really, really neat, kept, swept up, clean. You can tell people take pride in what they're doing.
Well, we do. With
your large growth in the equine world, what have you found that the equine people in general are really particular about with their watering systems?
They're most particular about the fact that it won't hurt their animal. They are more concerned about the fact that their animal is going to have fresh, clean water, isn't going to get scratched, isn't going to get electrocuted, than they are about how much it costs or how hard it is to put in.
So when you're coming up with new innovation to change products or invent new products, how does that work? Do you have your own in-house team? How does that process get started?
Well, we have our own in-house engineering team. We usually sit down and talk about all the needs, and then we'll turn it over to engineering, and they'll come up with drawings and then solid models, and the next thing you know, we have prototypes. Then we put those out and have them tested to see if they're going to work before we actually put them into production.
So you guys are kind of in-house from everything from start to finish. You can produce just about everything you need in your own factory.
That is correct.
And the main reason you want that like that?
Well, number one, we like to be in control.
Yeah.
And number two, we can fix our problems a whole lot easier if we are in control than if we're depending on another vendor sending us something or doing a process for us.
So Leon, who owns the company? I know you run it, but who actually owns Ritchie?
Ritchie is an ESOP company.
Right.
ESOP stands for Employee Stock Ownership Plan. So each one of the employees that is a part of that trust has stock in it. So as employee owners, we get a whole different attitude about the company being successful.
Yeah, because they're part of it. They're buying into it. They got skin in the game.
Right. So 9 years ago, we purchased the company from Mr. Wilson.
The employees,
The employees. And just this last month, we paid it off.
Well, congratulations.
So, thank you. So we're going to have a mortgage burning party to celebrate.
and that's just to celebrate everybody's hard work and effort and getting the company paid off?
Exactly.
Good.
Exactly.
Good. I remember one thing that really stood out in my mind. One time I did a tour in Illinois. I was talking about Ritchie Waters and so forth, and a guy stood up in the crowd, and he said, "Clinton, I want to tell you something." And I said, "What's on your mind?" He said, "I've had a Ritchie cattle waterer in my cattle pasture for 35 years. So it's been through 35 summers and winters in Illinois," and he said, "It still works like the day it is when I got it." And he said, "You don't get any better testimony than that." He said, "That is a product that you just can't replace that type of stuff." And I thought that was unbelievable that somebody would actually do that.
And that is our goal. That's our goal, is that they buy the product, they put it in, they're happy with it, and it lasts.
Yeah, it never gives them any problems, yeah.
Exactly.
After lunch, it was time to get back to building the Echo One.
If you'd like more information, mate, on any of my products, including my handy stick, my halter and lead rope, or the Legacy boots, click on my website at downunderhorsemanship.com or call the number listed on the screen and we'll send you a free catalog, mate.
Fresh water on demand is critical for your horse's health. Make sure it's always available when you install Ritchie Waters. We've got the model to suit your needs, whatever they may be. Get the most energy efficiency with the new Eco Fount series. Get the benefits of both steel and poly construction with the Omni Fount. Get the best combination of value and performance with the Watermatic. And for delivering water directly to your horse, there's our newly redesigned Stall Fount. Ritchie set the standard in quality when we invented the automatic waterer in 1921, and we've been the industry leader ever since. So when you buy a Ritchie, you know you're getting the most dependable product on the market, not to mention the best value, service, and warranty in the business. After all, water is essential. We make it easy.
Horses need grain.
Not true. Research has shown that equine grain-associated disorders can be a threat to domestic horses. That's why Glow for Life feeds from ADM Alliance Nutrition go against the grain with premium low-starch, high-fat, high-fiber formulations to feed horses the way they're meant to eat, for life. For a limited time, get a free customized feeding plan for your horse at growstrong.com. That's growstrong.com.
If you're serious about living the dream, it doesn't get more real than this. Let famed Aussie horseman Clinton Anderson turn your dreams into reality. Clinton Anderson opens the gates to his world-famous Downunder Horsemanship Ranch in Stephenville, Texas. You can see Clinton in action on tour. You can practice his methods at home. But there is nothing like getting instant feedback from Clinton himself. Book your clinic now and set out on an adventure of a lifetime for you and your horse.
You may not work your horses as hard as I do, mate, but you still need to use what I use to take care of their legs and feet.
For over 40 years, 3M Vet Rep bandaging tape has been the professional's choice for compression, protection, and support. The easy-to-use cohesive wrap is lightweight, yet strong enough to support even the most demanding equine athletes. 3M Vet Wrap bandaging tape comes in a variety of colors and sizes.
Remember, mate, if it doesn't say 3M, it's not Vet Wrap.
For over 30 years, Stanley Hay Company has pioneered the forage industry.
You know, the Northwest has a very dry climate, very rich soils. It's a good place to grow alfalfa.
Once that hay is processed, we grade it again, and then we grade it again. It's got to be the right protein level, it's got to have the right color, it's got to have the right moisture.
Stanley Hay is pure, natural, and nutritious. It's quality you can trust, mate.
Visit our website for a list of retailers near you.
Once the product gets to leak testing, we spray a chemical on the seams of the trough that is going to be underwater.
Well, this is a process that Iowa State helped us develop, because the only way we used to have to leak test them was to put them in water and hold them down and see if water came through.
Yeah.
But This is a chemical that we actually spray onto that arc weld, and it will find its way into the pores, and if there is a leak, we'll be able to see that with an ultraviolet light on the other side.
Has this been more efficient or less errors compared to doing it with underwater or what?
Well, absolutely. You could not get 100% testing before. It just was too time consuming, and actually water won't leak through a weld right away,
right,
where this chemical will.
Right.
So we can actually make the troughs more watertight this way than we could the old way of just holding them down in water.
Before we came up with this process, we would test maybe 1 out of 25 troughs. And then we were getting complaints because we had leaking troughs, and I don't like complaints.
What David's doing now, that chemical that he shot on the troughs before, he holds this light up to it, and if there was a leak, he would see green shining through on this side.
So what's he supposed to see? Nothing.
Well, we don't want him to see anything other than just a clean weld. David, hold that up. See where that green is down there?
Yeah.
Well, that's not a watertight spot because it's above the water line.
Okay, so
but that's what would show if David saw a leak. And this way we can test 100% of our troughs.
Yeah.
When they go out of here, we know they don't leak.
After it goes through the leak testing process, it goes through a wash bay, and in the wash bay we're washing off any slag from the weld, we're washing off any oil or dirt that could have got it on it during the punching and the bending process. And then there's a dry-off oven that it comes through so that it takes all of the water off of it and it's not sitting there drawing moisture, spotting.
We just got done building your trough.
Right.
And so now we're going to actually foam the unit and assemble it.
Our foaming is the heart and soul of our units because it's the foam that gives it the insulation and makes it so that they are energy efficient. It's also the foam that makes it structurally sound so that they'll be strong and the animals won't be able to hurt them.
So he closes the clamps down on it. If you don't hold that unit to the exact shape you want it to be, this foam has so much pressure that it would just bulge it all over the place. So that's why the hydraulics have to hold it close.
Together.
Then he drills vent holes in it so that as the foam expands, there's a place for the air to escape so that we don't end up with any voids.
What are these plugs for?
Well, the plugs will actually keep the foam from shooting out and getting all over your hat.
Okay, right, I don't want that.
There's usually 2 reasons why you get foam shooting up out of the unit like a volcanic action. One is that they forgot to drill the vent holes, which happens from time to time. We're humans. And the other way, which is more common, is they forget to dial down for the smaller units and they shoot too much foam into it. And then there's just nowhere for it to go but out. We've all done it. We've all gone home with foam all over our clothes, and myself included.
Okay, so what he's doing here is he's actually dialing in to get exactly the right amount of foam into that unit.
So then he sticks it in there. How long does that take to set up, Leon?
It takes about 30 minutes. So what that is there's 2 different chemicals, and they're mixing together in that tube.
Okay.
And then as that grows, you're going to actually see that foam come up through and come out those vent holes. So while he's doing that, if you want, you can take that out of that one.
Just do these clamps
just
like
undo
this?
them clamps.
Now what, lift that
Just
off?
peel that off.
How do you get it off it? Oh, yeah,
just like that.
So take the plug out?
Yeah, you had a little excess foam on there, so you just break that off, just like that.
Righto.
I might hire you, but you're a little slow.
Righto, what do I do with this thing now?
Just stick it right over there on the table.
Righto.
So while this is setting up, we're going to go over and we're going to assemble the unit that Trevor took out.
Okay, lead the way, mate. So what's he doing here then, Leon?
Okay, he's going to take that trough that we built.
Right.
And he's going to wire it up. He's going to put the heaters, the thermostats, he's going to hook that all together so that it's ready to be installed.
So obviously these guys here need to be a bit of a jack of all trades. They're doing a little bit of everything. This is not my expertise. Handyman is not my forte. So Leon, Trevor's finished up with this now. Are we ready to put it in or not?
Well, first we have to prep the unit.
Okay, so what's going on there then?
So with prepping the unit, Trevor is going to seal these holes because we don't want any moisture to be able to get into that insulation and make that insulation not as good as it is right now.
Okay.
So the first thing he's going to do on these 3 parts is seal those holes. And then remember those vent holes?
Yeah.
Well, he's poking that insulation back there in there just a little bit, and then he's going to iron those holes shut.
Melts the plastic.
It just melts the plastic right over it, and that way we don't get any moisture whatsoever in on that insulation.
As you can tell, there's a lot of attention to detail that go into these Ritchie products. That's why they have no problem giving a 10-year warranty. They back up what they're doing. Stay tuned, mate, because after the break, we're going to be back with more from Ritchie Industries.
Traveling with horses can get scary fast, but it doesn't have to. Travel with confidence with the U.S. Rider Equestrian Motor Plan. From flat tires to mechanical failures, we will get you and your horse to safety fast. U.S. Rider is a roadside assistance plan created by people that own and love horses, offering 24/7 fast, reliable service from highly trained roadside assistance professionals. Sign up now at usrider.org and use promo code Clinton to get a free 13th month added to your membership.
Are you frustrated with your horse's lack of discipline or struggling with his lack of experience? Do you suffer from the lack of time it takes to turn the horse you have into the horse you really want? Well, there's a method for that madness. Send him to the Clinton Anderson Academy, and we'll turn your horse into an Academy horse. The Academy trains only the best horsemen to share Clinton's methods with horse owners around the world as Clinton Anderson certified clinicians. Just as these top trainers enroll in the Academy, so can your horse. During the 6-week course, he will learn the entire fundamentals level of the method to be ridden in and comfortable with a full gamut of situations. At the Clinton Anderson Academy, we have the time, the experience, and the best training method to help you discover your horse's true potential. So stop the madness. Turn your horse into an Academy horse.
Training a young horse can be rewarding, or it can be challenging. Getting the right start can make all the difference. In the latest installment of his professional series collection, the Colt Starting Series, Clinton Anderson takes you step by step through his proven process for starting a young horse that establishes the foundation for a rewarding lifelong partnership. The Colt Starting Series includes over 27 hours of DVD footage and 26 arena-made booklets that follow a wild Mustang as he transitions from untouched to a safe and willing partner. in 49 exercises covering haltering, settling, introducing the rider's weight, and more, Clinton gives you the confidence to take your colt from initial ride to riding on the trail. Let Clinton Anderson help you and your colt get the right start for the lifetime of rewards that will follow.
Ritchie has always been community-minded. When my father-in-law, Cliff, owned the company, and when his father, Cliff Sr., owned the company, they always gave back to the community, whether it was building buildings or bringing in clinics, grocery store, all those different things. My father-in-law actually started the relationship with Quakerdale. When Henry Wolfe donated that ranch to Quakerdale, Cliff was instrumental in getting Ritchie Waters in there at that time. So we've been a supporter of Quakerdale for many, many years.
Hey, we're at Quakerdale Wolf Ranch right now, and we do a lot of different things out here. We do equine therapy, and we have done everything from the youngest we've had out here is probably 3 years old, all the way up to the veterans home. We've had several veterans come out. We are certified in equine-assisted psychotherapy and learning, so we do a lot with working on inner healing, people that have post-traumatic stress disorder, autism, depression, anxiety issues. We use the horses to actually help them to work on presenting issues that are going on in their own lives. Ritchie's has been amazing. They have saved us thousands of dollars because they provide all these waters for us so that we're able to provide water without a lot of maintenance. We are completely run by volunteers. If we had to come out here and provide water for the horses and then try to keep it from freezing and put individual floaters in each tank, it would be so difficult and so much labor on the volunteers that already give so much of their time. So Ritchie's support has been amazing. They introduced us to Clinton Anderson, and we were allowed to come to his event in Des Moines, and we raised $12,000.
1, 2, 3, go!
We did the Ritchie ball toss, and not only did we raise a lot of money, but we had a blast. We got to hear Clinton and got to learn a lot as far as things that help us out here, because we also have to do our own training of these horses, and we have yearlings all the way through. Our oldest horse is 36 years old. So to be able to come and glean some ideas from a trainer like him was such a great opportunity provided by Ritchie's and by Clinton Anderson, and we really appreciated it.
The relationship with Clinton just gives us an opportunity to take a facility like Quakerdale and give them a much larger audience. They are a charity, so the more people that know about them, the more support they might get. When our units are assembled, the supervisor inspects each unit before it goes in the box. We do that so that we know that every product has got its parts in it, it's got all its pieces, and we've had 2 sets of eyes taking that last final look at it to make sure that there's nothing that's going to go wrong.
The standpipe does 2 things. It acts as a plug, so you just pull it out and drain the water out of your trough to clean it. And then it also acts as an overflow.
Okay.
So if the water comes up past this water line, that it would overflow down that hole back down into the water line.
Okay, cool.
All right, so the only thing we have left is the disc that floats on top that keeps that horse from being able to wash their hay.
Any new waterers that I put in, I'm gonna get this one with these models.
For that very reason.
For that reason, because I've noticed the ones that I've got this float in it, there is no algae buildup whatsoever underneath that, because obviously the sunlight can't get to it and builds algae or any bacteria. There's very little food waste out of their mouth. Like typically when a horse can drink out of a trough where they can stick their mouth there, a lot of the grain and hay and stuff will come out of their mouth, and you have to clean that out every day or every other day for sure. With these ones, it's kind of like they just use the tip of their lips to drink the water.
Exactly.
I'd say probably 90% less food comes out of their mouth into the water. So these ones require a lot less cleaning, and you know, especially where I live in Texas, it can get cold at times, so I can get away with this one without a heater, but with it being insulated, keeps it from freezing.
That's correct.
So what's next, mate?
Well, Trevor puts his name on it and dates it, because we like to know when it was built and who built it, so that if there is ever any trouble with it, we can go back and try to correct the problem.
Okay. Yeah, but I was here, Trevor, or anything like that. I love Susie.
Now, we haven't found any of that to this day.
Right. Leon, what's next, mate?
We just put the parts bags in it. Then I need to inspect it, because every unit goes out of here with a supervisor's inspection. And seeing how today I'm the supervisor, I get to sign it.
Right, then we'll sign your name on that deal then?
Well, I have to inspect it first.
That's true, that is.
But I have watched it go together. I'm pretty sure that everything's in there. So that tells us that it's been inspected. So not only is Trevor's signature on it that he built it, but a supervisor's signature is on each one, showing that it got put together. So since you've helped put this unit together, how about we get you to put the wing nut on it?
Righto.
And then you can put your signature on it, so that we know you were a part of this
Righto,
operation
I
too.
think I can handle that. The wing nut is my specialty. And is this it here?
That is.
Righto. Let me see if my handyman experience can do this. Now, it's righty-tighty, isn't it? Lefty-loosey?
That's exactly right.
I got that right. Righto, wing nut is on. Okay. And I'm going to sign this right now. Is that right?
That's right.
Righto. There we go. I've always said, for a truly obedient horse, you can't take any shortcuts through my method. But there's one huge exception to that rule, and that's when the horse comes from me, already trained.
Introducing Clinton Anderson's signature horses. Whether you're looking to further your horsemanship, achieve a higher level of enjoyment, or attain peak performance in the show ring, a Downunder Horsemanship signature horse is the right choice for you. Each Clinton Anderson signature horse is hand-picked by Clinton and personally trained by his professional clinicians, and already knows more than 60 exercises from Clinton's method. Clinton believes that horses teach people, then people teach horses, and riders do best when they start with a willing partner they can learn from. So why not you? These exceptionally well-trained horses will accelerate your learning to help you gain confidence as a rider and feel safer in any situation. Purchasing a horse can be stressful and risky, but not when you buy a signature horse. Every purchase includes Clinton's personal involvement and his guarantee. When you select a signature horse, an entire day is devoted to testing and training you and your horse for compatibility and fit. You get a personal training session and a ranch ride with introduction to new environments under expert supervision. A relationship with your horse shouldn't be rushed, and Clinton wants you to take all the time you need deciding if a signature horse is right for you. And Clinton stands behind all his products. So for those rare instances when things just don't work out, your signature horse comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. Plus, all buyers can rely on a lifetime of support from Clinton's professional clinicians. Finally, if you do purchase a signature horse, Clinton wants to feature you and your horse in the No Worries Club quarterly journals. Call this number and don't wait too long. We have a limited availability of signature horses each year.
Don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity to own one of my signature horses. Not only will you find a trustworthy companion,
but you'll also become a better horseman and have a chance to show your signature horse off to other members of the No Worries Club.
Ever wished Clinton Anderson would just come by and help you with your horse, or that he would put on a clinic in your own arena? Well, now you can get the next best thing. Meet the Clinton Anderson Certified Clinicians. Trained by Clinton himself, these great horsemen have met all the requirements of the Clinton Anderson Academy. 16 months of intensive training at the Downunder Horsemanship Ranch. Theoretical and practical testing on Clinton's method. Hands-on experience with problem horses. Now, there is a Clinton Anderson method expert willing and able to come to where you live and ride to teach a private lesson or put on a public clinic. Learn at your own pace. Get personalized instruction, all without having to travel far from home. So if you can't find the time or the money to come to a Clinton Anderson clinic at his ranch, now you have an option. Get accelerated results. Let a Clinton Anderson certified clinician bring the method to you. Visit certifiedclinician.com for more.
I think the Ritchie name, the brand, to our customers means longevity. They're used to getting a product that's got good quality, got good service behind it. They're able to get parts for their products. So I think the Ritchie brand is well known and it's known for quality. I've been with the company for 24 years. You know, it went from being a way to put groceries on the table to being something that I think about all the time in order to make sure that it's headed the right direction. When we first started getting into the plastic products, we thought it was something that would fade because we really didn't think that plastic would be a product that the farmers, the livestock owners would like. But as it went on and we realized that it was going to take hold, then we jumped out there to try to find the best way to make products for them. So as that transitioned, we were trying to set ourselves apart from the other companies. And that's when we came up with the idea of putting the stainless steel and the plastic together. And that's unique to us.
So as you can see, mate, Ritchie put a lot of attention to detail into all their processes of building a waterer. Your horses will appreciate it. They'll have fresh, clean water in the summertime and in the middle of winter. I know my horses appreciate it, and that's why I back Ritchie. So, mate, I think all we have to do now is box it up, eh?
I think so.
Righto.
You know, when we started with Clinton in 2004, it was an experiment. We didn't know who he was. We liked him, but we've watched him grow, and by getting in on the ground floor, we've been a part of that, and it's been a blast. It truly has. We've enjoyed the relationship. We think that we've been good for Clinton, and we know Clinton's been good for us. So, you know, I hope to have another 15, 20 years working with Clinton. That made me really friggin' old.
Well, Leon, thanks a million, mate, for having me up here at Ritchie.
It's been a blast.
I've really enjoyed learning about how you make your products. I always known for years that you guys make the best watering products in the world, but now I know exactly how they're made and the quality that goes into it.
It's been
Thanks
fun.
again, mate.
You bet.
Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this week's show. Remember, you get what you pay for. When you invest in a Ritchie waterer, you are getting the very best for your animals. I guarantee it. Try them out. Until next week, mate, take care of yourself. We'll see you again right here on Downunder Horsemanship.
To me, it's all feel. You don't get the same feel with anybody else's ropes that you do with ours.
We really know what serious horse people need in terms of quality. And that's the standard that we set. We just don't accept anything less.
It just allows you to perform at a higher level.
Back to stop. Push it to the right hand stop. Okay. And then press both buttons.
That's legendary.
That's it.
Look at that, people.
That's it.
That's the best. Oh, there's a little bit of, is that extra dead? Supposed to be there? Yeah, but I was thinking Trevor and like that. I love Susie.
Now, we haven't found any of that to this day.
Okay.